ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। वंशी विभूषितकरात् नवनीरदाभात् पीताम्बरादरुणबिम्बफलाधरोष्ठात् पूर्णेन्दुसुन्दरमुखात् अरविन्दनेत्रात् कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने। कृष्णात् परं किमपि तत्त्वमहं न जाने। नमो नमः सर्वेभ्यः। We have seen the introduction to this chapter and as well as Srimad Bhagavad Gita in previous classes. We have seen various meaning of the word Srimad Bhagavad Gita. We have seen a short summary of 12th chapter, and we have introduced that how 12th chapter started with Arjuna's question. What was the question? Arjuna asked, "O Bhagavan, you were describing about Saguna Bhakta as well as Nirguna Bhakta. And now tell me, who is a superior Bhakta, whether Saguna Bhakta is superior or Nirguna Bhakta is superior? Who is Yuktatamaha among all Bhaktas?" So that was the question. Then Bhagavan started saying, "See Arjuna, you asked me regarding Saguna Bhakta, so those Bhaktas Mayyavesha Manoye Mam Nityayuktaha Upasate Shraddhaya Parayopetaha Te Me Yuktatamaha Mataha." I consider those Bhakta who put their mind in me, those who are endowed with Shraddha, those who Nitya Yuktaha, means those who are Saguna Bhakta, they are Yuktatama. This was the answer. Okay. And again Bhagavan continues, his answer was not finished. Laterly in third shloka and fourth shloka he says, Saguna Bhakta is Shrestha, but those who do Nirguna Upasana, Nirguna Brahma Upasana, which kind of Brahma? Though he uses various Visheshana, Aksharam, Anirdeshyam, Avyaktam, Sarvatragam, Achintyam, Kutastham, Achalam, Brahma Upasate. Those Bhakta who worship this kind of Brahma. So these all are adjective of Nirguna Brahma. And how they are, how do they upasana? So Sarvatra Samabuddhayah. They keep their intellect equally in all beings. And how they are? Sarva Bhuta Hite Rataha. They are ever engaged to do welfare of all the beings. Okay. And those Bhakta also attain me. They came to me. They come to me actually. Okay. So that was explained in third and fourth shlok. Te prapnuvanti mameva sarvabhuta hiterataha. Now what did he answer? He said, Saguna Bhakta is Shrestha, but also Nirguna Bhakta comes to me. Right? That was the answer. Then Arjuna might have some question. If you are describing that Saguna Bhakta is Yuktatama and also Nirguna Bhakta comes to me, then why did you say that Saguna Bhakta is Shrestha? Isn't it? Then he started comparison. He says, Kleshodhikatarastesham, Kleshaha adhikatarah Tesham, Tesham Kesham Nirguna Upasakanam अथवा अव्यक्त आसक्त चेतसाम those who are attached to avyakta brahma, those bhaktas they have to go through great efforts. Here klesha can be taken as efforts. They have to put lot of efforts to do nirguna upasana. Why? Avyakta hi gati hi dukkhena vapyate. Why it is dukkhena vapyate? Because they are dehavadbihi, they are dehavan. So what is the point he actually wants to say? If whether he is not describing whether saguna bhakti is shrestha or nirguna bhakti is shrestha, but if somebody is if someone have body identification, one who consider himself as body, and he starts upasana of nirguna bhakta, then dehavadbihi avyakta gatihi dukkham. So that way he puts, right? Okay, but now laterly again saguna bhakta, etu sarvani karmani mayi sanyasya matparaha, those bhakta who give up their all karma in me, right? And ananyena yogena mam dhyayantah upasate, those bhakta who do upasana of me, how? Dhyayantah is shatru pratyaya, it is continuous tense. They continuously remember me, or they continuously meditate upon me, and that is how they do upasana. So up to 6th shloka we had seen. So this was summary of up to 6th shloka. Now we have seen various grammatical aspects also. Sandhi prakarana we are being seen in first chapter also, we were looking at. Then in 12th chapter specifically, I explained you firstly degrees: positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree, right? Taratama bhava it is called in Sanskrit. Then laterly in second shloka we saw the structure of kartari prayoga, how to use kartari prayoga. Whenever we make sentence in kartari prayoga, karta always will be in second case, right?
No, Mahoday.
Prathama.
Acha, prathama. Okay, so you are paying attention. Fine. Karta always will be in prathama. What about karma?
Dvitiya.
Karma dvitiya.
Karma will be in dvitiya. And kriyapada will follow the
Karta.
Karta.
karta. Kriyapada will follow the karta means what? What does that mean?
The
Karta is
in
ekvachan, kriyapad will be ekvachan. Like bahuvachan, then kriyapad will be bahuvachan.
Correct.
Like that.
It depends upon
And
purusha and
also if
vachan.
karta is in madhyam purush or uttam purush, then accordingly kriyapad will be in that purush.
Correct. That is purusha plus vachana. Right? And laterly we are going to see even gender. Okay? Okay. So that was kartari prayoga. Karta always will be in prathama vibhakti. Karma always will be in dvitiya vibhakti. So that rule also we were looking at. Then we have also seen karmani prayoga. Karmani. So that word actually itself gives the meaning. Karma vishayaka prayoga means there where karma is predominant, right? So in this prayoga what will happen? Again there will be karta, karma, kriyapad in that prayoga also. But karma will be predominant. Karta will be in tritiya vibhakti. Karma will predominant, and it will always will be in prathama. In karmani prayoga, it is going to change. In kartari prayoga is used to be in dvitiya. In karmani prayoga, karma will be in prathama. And kriyapada will follow karma. That was the rule. For example, balakena grantah pathyate. That is the sentence. If there are two granthas, grantha is karma. If I am using two granthas, kriyapada will change according to karma. Balakena granthau pathyate. Those who know little bit Kriyapadas, like Atmanipadi Kriyapada, they will understand, right? Okay, so up to 6th shloka, we have seen some grammatical aspects, some sandhis, some these karaka aspects. Now we are going to move to next shloka, right? Now in 6th shloka, what Bhagavan was saying, etu sarvani karmani mayi sanyasya matparaha ananyaneva yogena mam dhyayanta upasate. Now let me introduce Tritiya Vibhakti also. Where to use Tritiya Vibhakti? So little bit grammatical aspect, then we will move to shloka. Are you able to see this one? Okay.
आम महोदय.
हाँ. This one, right? The last rule you can see. Karana word you have heard, right? Karana means what? Sadhana, instrument. So whenever we want to use any instrument, that instrument you have to put in Tritiya Vibhakti, right? If you decline the word Ramaha, Ramau, Ramaha, Ramam, Ramu, Raman, Ramena. So Ramena, whenever we use Ramena, that would be either in instrumental case, so Tritiya Vibhakti, like Ramena. Okay, let's take this example we have already put. Saha Shivalingam Pujayati. Saha Pujayati. He worships. Right? Saha Shivalingam Pujayati. Karta, karma, kriyapad. Kena Pujayati. What is the mean? What is the sadhana for that? Dugdhena. So Dugdham is the word. It is used in Tritiya. Or Pushpam, it will be Pushpena. Saha athva Ramaha Pushpena Shivalingam Pujayati. So whenever you see the word in Tritiya, you have to use at by Dugdham, by Pushpam, like that you have to get the meaning. So in this shloka, there is a Tritiya Vibhakti used. Bhaktaha upasate. Bhaktaha upasate. Kena upasate? Ananyena yogena upasate, right? So ananya yoga is becoming instrument for worship, right? So one prayoga you can understand here, this much. Now what happened? Bhagavan said he was describing about Saguna Bhakta. Etu sarvani karmani mai sanyasya matparaha mam dhyayantaha upasate. I do something for them. Okay. So now up to this, he describes Saguna Upasana and Nirguna Upasana. One who does Nirguna Upasana, they have to put great efforts. And what about Saguna Bhakta? They don't have to put much efforts. Why? So that reason is given in next shloka. Please repeat after me. This one. Teshamaham samudharta.
तेषामहं समुद्धर्ता.
मृत्यु संसार सागरात्.
मृत्युसंसारसागरात्.
भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ.
भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ.
मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्.
मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्.
तेषामहं समुद्धर्ता मृत्यु संसार सागरात्. भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मय्यावेशितचेतसाम्. Okay, this is the shloka. There were some typos. Tesham, let's see padacheda. Tesham aham samudharta kasmat मृत्यु संसार सागरात भवामि न चिरात पार्थ मयि आवेशित चेतसाम. Whenever you see any shloka, first you have to get the sambodhana. In this shloka, you have to find out संबोधन. Right? Can you guess?
Parth.
Hey Parth.
Hey
Right?
Parth.
Hey Parth. Now, after that, you have to find out Kriya Pada.
समुद्धर्ता.
That is actually word. That is not Kriya Pada here. Where
भवामि.
you
Atra.
Bhavami.
भवामि.
Bhavami means I become.
I become.
So become me pratyaya, if you see bhavami, ami pratyaya, it means you have to find out karta. So automatically you are going to get a karta even though it is not there in shloka or it is there. In this shloka it is there. Aham bhavami. Bhagwan is saying I become. What I become? Aham samudharata
समुद्धर्ता भवामि.
bhavami. I become a lifter, we can say. I lift or I become a lifter. Whether I don't know lifter is usable or not. I lift my bhaktas. Okay. Aham samudharta bhavami. Okay. Kesham, for whom?
Tesham.
Tesham. Mayi aveshita chetasam. Those who have put their chittam, their mind in me, tesham bhaktanam. Achirat, chirat means chir means long period of time. Na chirat iti achirat, right? Achirat means I don't take much time, means immediately. Okay,
शीघ्रम्.
shighram, right? From where I live them?
मृत्यु संसार सागरात्.
Mrityu samsara sagarat. Correct? So if you see this, how you have to get the words and put into the order, right? That is called anvaya. Hey Partha, aham mayi aveshita chetasam tesham mrityu samsara sagarat achirat samudharta bhavami. This would be the anvaya. So or we can put little different way also. Let's say now there are some sandhis, then we will move to anvaya. Okay. Okay, there is no ananyena eva. That was previous. This part, ignore this part. Let's move to anvaya. Hey Parth, aham nachirat मयि आवेशित चेतसाम तेषाम मृत्यु संसार सागरात समुद्धरता भवामि. राइट? ओके, दिस इज द हाँ जी जी
समुद्धर्ता अपि सन्धि अस्ति वा?
आम तत्र वक्तुं शक्यते. हर्तृ इति शब्दः नाम हरणकर्ता. तत्र सम उपसर्ग प्लुवक उत उपसर्ग प्लस हर्तृ इति रूपम. सम इट चेंजेस इनटू म अनुस्वार. सम प्लस उत एक्चुअली तकारांत उपसर्ग, इट चेंजेस इनटू द जष्ट्व संधि. जलाम जश झषि सूत्रेण तत्र समुद्धरता इति रूपम भवति. ओके, सम्यक उद्धरता. हकार actually changes into dhakar. Harta is the main, hartru is the root, it becomes dharta by some root. Okay, then let's see padartha. Hey Partha, hey Arjuna, aham bhagwan. Achirat means shigram. Mayi भगवान भगवती श्री कृष्णे अथवा वासुदेवे आवेशित चेतसाम. विशति धातु to enter. Those who have entered their mind into me, प्रवेशित चेतसाम अथवा प्रवेशित मनसाम, we can change into manas. तेषाम केशाम, that previous adjective you can use, or you can put as saguna upasakanam. From where I live them? मृत्यु संसार सागरा. मरण संसार, अथवा we can put as bhava, right? मरण भव समुद्रात, right? समुद्धरता, समुद्धरता उद्धार करता, भवामि, भवामि और अस्मि, right? This was the okay. Now here we are going to see one more aspect of grammar. We had seen prathama vibhakti, dvitiya vibhakti, tritiya vibhakti. Now I am going to move to panchami vibhakti. Whenever there is a context, if we see in shloka, then we will move to chaturthi also, right? So there is a mrityu samsara sagarat word. So I am just putting panchami vibhakti. Panchami vibhakti. Where do we use panchami vibhakti? Apadane panchami. There is a sutra. Apadana is that place where something is differentiated, something is taken away, or कैसे बताएं? Let's take this is Durvani mobile and put here. Now, if I am going to take this, let's consider this is mobile. Let me put mobile only. Put mobile. If I am taking this mobile from my hand, this is becoming apadana. This place is becoming apadana. So whenever I want to show apadana, where something has differentiated or taken away from that place will get apadana saudhnya, new name. And whenever we want to use apadanam, we have to use panchami vibhakti, right? Okay, now in this example, vrikshat phalam patati. Phalam is coming from or falling down from tree. So tree is the place which is known as apadana. So whenever we want to use apadana, we have to put apadanam into panchami vibhakti, right? Now go back to shloka. Bhagwan is samuddharta. He lifts his bhakta. From which place? So that place will be in fifth case, right? Aham अथवा ईश्वरः मृत्यु संसार सागरात जीवान उद्धरति, और ईश्वरः मृत्यु संसार सागरात जीवानां समुद्धरता भवति. That way we can make a simple sentence, right? So this concept is understood, right? Panchami.
आचार्यः नचिरात् अपि पञ्चमी विभक्ति अस्ति वा?
Actually, yes. Achirat. Chiram is the word chiram. Nachirat iti achirat.
आम्, धन्यवादः.
हाँ, अस्तु. Now here actually Bhagwan is using a phrase aham bhavami. Let's grammatic well we have seen. Now let's look at this shloka in traditional way or in little bit devotional way. Bhagwan is saying tesham bhaktanam aham samuddharta bhavami. Now here if you look at this sentence, he is speaking strongly and rarely he says I do this, isn't it? If you have studied 9th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, he uses a phrase yogakshemam vahamiham. I carry their yogakshema. In the similar way, he has used samuddharta bhavami. Now, what is the difference between saguna bhakta and nirguna bhakta, or saguna bhakti and nirguna bhakti? So, Bhagwan is actually saying those people who do nirguna upasana, they will be putting efforts and they will take care of their uddhara. I will do nothing for them. But those bhakta who are saguna upasaka, they will put their efforts and I will help them. So that's how kleshodhikataras tesham nirguna upasakanam किंतु सगुण उपासकानां कृते अधिकः अथवा अधिकतरः क्लेशः न. If you see the 6th chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, those who are nirguna bhakta, they have to afflict them by themselves. Do you remember that shloka? Kind of shloka. उद्धरेदात्मनात्मानम् आत्मानम् आत्मना उद्धरेत. So that person, that nirguna upasaka has to lift himself by himself, right? But here Bhagwan says no. Those who do saguna upasana, उनको बोलते हैं भगवान, अरे भाई आप अपना काम करो, आप सगुण उपासना करो, उद्धार करने का काम मेरा रहेगा. And in 9th chapter, I guess, yeah, again he says, क्षिप्रम भवति धर्मात्मा शश्वत शांतिम निगच्छति. कौंतेय, हे कौंतेय, प्रतिजानीहि. प्रतिजानीहि means हे अर्जुन, you make announce. What announcement? नमे भक्तः प्रणश्यति. So those who are saguna upasaka, I will take care of them. That's why what will be our job now? If we are dehabhimani, if we consider ourselves as body with body, then what we should do? We should do nirguna upasaka. And actually, while praying Bhagwan, we have to request him, oh Bhagwan.
No, Saguna Upasana, right?
Yeah, I am talking about
Yeah,
saguna upasana.
you said
हाँ.
Nirguna Upasana.
Did I? Okay, that was my mistake. हे भगवान, मेरी नैया उस पार लगा देना. अब तक तो आपने ही निभाया है, आगे भी निभा लेना. We have to request भगवान, ओ भगवान, up to this day, till today, you have taken care of me. And now you should take care of me. Why? Why this is? Why you should take care of? Because संभव है झंझटों में मैं आपको भूल जाऊं. हे भगवान और हे नाथ, कहीं आप भी मुझको कहा क्या लाइन है, कहीं नाथ तुम भी मुझको
न भुला देना.
न भुला देना, ऐसा कुछ तो है जी. तो वी हैव टू रिक्वेस्ट भगवान, ओ भगवान, प्लीज टेक केयर मी, टेक केयर ऑफ मी. सो एक्चुअली whenever we discuss about this shloka, traditionally they talk about two nyayas. Saguna upasana is like marjara nyaya, and nirguna upasana is like markata nyaya, markata shishu nyaya, I guess. Yes, marjara shishu nyaya and markata shishu nyaya. Markata shishu nyaya means what? That child has to hold his own mother, and he will putting efforts to hold it, right? But in Marjara case, in cat will take care of her own child, right? So Sarguna Bhakta is like a Marjara Shishu. Bhagwan will take care of that Shishu. And this yogi और जो निर्गुण उपासक हैं, they are like मरकट शिशु. They have to put their efforts, and whether uddhara will happen or not, that part depends upon nirguna bhakta, right? Yeah. So this was the explanation. Now let's move to next shloka. Please repeat after me. Okay. मय्येव मन आधत्स्व. Somebody else can repeat after me.
Mayeva man adatsva.
मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय.
Mayi buddhim niveshaya.
निवशिष्यसि मय्येव.
Nivasishyasi mayeva.
अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः.
Ata urdhvam na samsayah.
हाँ, I will chant now. मय्येव मन आधत्स्व. मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय. निवशिष्यसि मय्येव. अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः. Let's have a look on पदच्छेद. मयि एव मनः आधत्स्व. मयि बुद्धिं निवेशय. यदि निवशिष्यसि मयि एव, अतः ऊर्ध्वं, क्षम्यतां, डिड आई यूज यदि? निवशिष्यसि मय्येव अत ऊर्ध्वं न संशयः. Okay, now here let's do some sandhis, then I will move to anvaya and meaning. Mayi plus eva, those who know sandhis, they can.
यणादेश
Yana adesha, right? Yana adesha. Mayi plus eva. Those rules, I hope you all remember. Whenever a word, first word ends with e, u, r, lr,
नृ
followed by dissimilar vowel e, u, ru, lr, respectively, will change into ya, va.
यवरल
Correct. So that was the rule. Mayyeva. Manaha plus adatsva. Adatsva. Visarga will be dropped.
विसर्गस्य लोप
Visargasya lopa. There are particular rules we have already seen. So let's move to next. Nivashishyasi mayyeva. Again same sandhi. And mayyeva plus ataha. Actually he didn't make a sandhi because sandhi depends upon karta, kartru vivaksha. There is a particular rule. Samhita means sandhi. Where we can do sandhis? Sanhitaika pade nitya. If there is a one word, within one word, you have to do sandhi. Sanhitaika pade nitya. Nityam dhatu upasargayoho. Whenever you find dhatu plus upasarga, in between that you have to do sandhi. Like samudharata. There was a sam upasarga plus har dhatu, ru dhatu. It became samudharati, samudharata, like that. Right? Samhita, samase. Samase also, in samastapada also. If possible, then you have to do sandhi. Like prati plus ekam, it will become pratyekam. Kintu vakye tu vivaksha apekshate. If we want to make sandhi in vakya, it depends upon kartru vivaksha. If I want to make sandhi, I will do it. If I don't want to do, I won't do it. So similarly, Bhagavan has not done sandhi in between two padats, eva plus ataha. Otherwise, it would have become evataha. Right? Dirgha adesha would have happened. But he don't want to do. He's sarvatantra swatantra, right? He can do anything. He don't want to do it here, so he didn't do. Right? Okay. So let's look at Anvaya. Bhagavan is saying, I take care of Saguna Bhakta. I become Samudharta. But what he has to do, Saguna Bhakta? That's why, ho Arjuna, this will be your sadhana. If you are Saguna Bhakta, then you have to do this sadhana. What sadhana? Mai eva manaha adatsva. Okay, you place your mind into me. Okay, mai buddhim niveshaya. Buddhim mai niveshaya. Tvam, you, buddhim, to intellect, put intellect or enter your intellect into me. Means what? Think about me. Then what will happen if I place my mind into you? If I enter my intellect into you, oh Bhagavan, what will happen? Bhagavan says, Mai eva nivashishyasi. Tvam, hey Arjuna, tvam, Mai eva nivashishyasi. You will stay into me. Right? Ata urdhvam na samshaya. There is no doubt. Is that clear? Let's see Padartha. Mayi eva. Mayi means here Sri Krishna Paramatmani. This is Saptami Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Right? Mayi. What would be the meaning of Saptami Vibhakti? What?
It's like in.
Correct.
In on at.
So here we can put as in. Like Adhikarane Saptami. That part we are going to see now. Mayi eva Paramatmani eva manaha chittam antakaranam adatsva. Adatsva, anaya, athva sthapaya would be correct word. Mayi Paramatmani buddhim. Buddhim means matim, intellect, right? Niveshaya. Niveshaya, yojaya. You connect your intellect with me, or you put your intellect in me. Mayi eva nivashishyasi. If I put my intellect and mind, what will happen? He says, Tvam mayi eva nivashishyasi. You will stay into me. Vasishyati. You will stay. Atah tasmat urdhvam na samshayah. There is no sandeha, there is no doubt in this statement. Right? This was the Now in particularly this shloka, Mai came thrice. Actually, Asmat Sarvanam, if you see, Saptami Vibhakti will be Mai, Saptami Vibhakti, Ekavachanam will be Mai, in me. So when shall we use Saptami Vibhakti, or what it refers? So Saptami actually refers Adhikarana. Adhikarana means what? Adhara, location. Okay, location is called Adhikarana. So whenever we want to show any location Adhara, we have to use Saptami Vibhakti. For example, Kandukam Sthapayatu. Bhavan Kandukam Sthapayatu. Please put that Kandukam. But where? Now let's take Asanda. Asanda means chair. We have to put that Kandukam or ball on top of that chair or on the chair, right? So we will be saying Asande Kandukam Sthapayatu athva Sthapaya. Tvam Sthapaya, Bhavan Sthapayatu. Is this clear? This shloka is clear, right?
महोदय
Hmm.
ऊर्ध्वम् इत्युक्ते किम्?
Thereafter. Param means thereafter, right? Urdhvam means thereafter.
शुक्रिया, धन्यवाद.
Ji. Ji. Okay. So this shloka is clear. If it is clear, then we will move to next shloka. Shall we move to next? Okay. Now, what is happening? Bhagwan is telling, if you are not able to put your mind or intellect into me, then what else you can do? Okay, step by step he is giving sadhana. Now who is going to read? Let me ask first.
Yes, sir.
Hanji, Sheetal ji. Okay. अथ चित्तं समाधातुं
अथ चित्तं समाधातुं
न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम्
न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम्
अभ्यासयोगेन ततो
अभ्यासयोगेन ततो
मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय.
मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय.
Okay, I will read. अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततो मामिच्छाप्तुं धनञ्जय. Whenever you look at the shloka, what you have to remember? First, find out the sambodhana. Then kriyapada. When you get kriyapada, you will get karta. And after karta, you can find out other cases, other karakas like karma, then karana, then sampradana or adhikarana, etc. Right? So let's see padacheda, then we will move to karaka. Right? Atha chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mayi sthiram, then abhyasa yogena tatah mam ichcha aptum. Let me put that way. Sorry, no? Again I will check. Where is this? It should be mam ichcha aptum, right? Okay. अथ चित्तं समाधातुं न शक्नोषि मयि स्थिरम् अभ्यासयोगेन ततः माम् इच्छ आप्तुम. हे धनंजय, right? Let's do some sandesh. What sandesh you can do here? No sandesh.
समाधातुं
समाधान. Okay. सम्यक
ततः
आधातुम. हाँ जी.
ततः माम ततो माम विसर्गस्य उकार.
हाँ, some plus adhatum, actually there is no sandhi, just a is going into ma, so that will not be called as sandhi. But tato, tatah mam, it becomes tato mam. Visarga will change into ukar. There was a
इच्छ आप्तुम. There is a dirghadesha. इच्छाप्तुम.
dirghadesha. Correct. So ichhaptum, right? Aptum ichha. Now let's do a padat anvaya. Hey Dhananjaya, you can put Dhananjaya word first. Hey Dhananjaya, tvam chittam mai sthiram samadhatum na shaknoshi chet tatah mam abhyasa yogena aptum ichha. What you can do? If you are not able to do, or if you are not able to fix your mind into me, then what you should do? You should do abhyasa yoga, right? That is. Now look at the padartha. He Dhananjaya, he Arjuna. Atha means if, yadi, chittam, antakarnam you can say, or manaha, sthiram nishchalam. Samadhatum means sthapayutum. You cannot, if you cannot place, if you cannot fix, na shaknosi, then tatah, then, or tarhi, because we use yadi, that's why we are going to use tarhi. Mam ishwaram abhyasa yogena means what? Chittasya punaha sthapanena. Okay, so actually this Adhyatma Yoga comes in Kathopanishad. There Bhagwan Pujyapada Shankaracharya ji writes, Vishayebhya Indriyanam Samharanam Kritva Athva Manah Upasamrutya Paramatmani Sthapana Kriya Adhyatma Yoga iti uchyate. So there are some change in word order, but thought is similar. So Abhyasa Yoga means what? Taking away our mind and our senses from Vishaya. Okay, Vishayebhya Manasah Upasamharanam, it's called Abhyasa Yoga. Means what? Control your mind, control your senses. That is called Abhyasa Yoga. And through this yoga, you are going to get me. Mam aptum ichha. Tvam mam ichha. You desire me. You should have desire to get me. That's how Bhagwan is instructing. Now, if you see his karunyata, he will give this sadhana. First, he will say, you do saguna nirakara brahma dhyanam. If you are not able to do saguna nirakara upasana, then do this abhyasa yoga. Then if you are not able to do that, then he will give some another things, right? Now here, again we are going to move to Tritiya because Tritiya is used. Tritiya Vibhakti refers to when do we use Tritiya?
Karanam.
For
Instrument.
Karanam. For instrument. So
ने से
what?
के द्वारा by.
हाँ, ने से द्वारा, right? So here you will be translating this word. Tvam ichha, you desire. Through what? Through which sadhana? He says, Abhyasa yogena. Right? Abhyasa yogena mam aptum ichha. That word. Now let's say Arjuna is having question. Oh Bhagwan, if I am not able to do Nirguna Upasana, that is because Nirguna Upasaka has to put lot of effort. So I am not going for that. Then what shall I do? He said, Mayi Chittam or Manaha Aveshya. You can put your mind into me or intellect into me. That was another sadhana. If you are not able to put your mind and intellect into me, what shall you do? You should do Abhyasa Yoga. Control your mind and buddhi if you are not able to place. Okay, just control it. If I am not able to do, or if I am not able to control my mind, then what shall I do, Bhagwan? Now compassion, God is saying something, new sadhana. Okay, now who is repeating after me? Someone else?
Aham.
Okay, Amarjuna. Okay. Abhyasepya samarthosi
Abhyasephya samarthosi.
matkarma paramo bhava
Matkarma paramo bhava.
madarthamapi karmani
Madarthamapi karmani.
kurvan siddhimavapsyasi.
Kurvan siddhimavapsyasi.
अथैतदप्यशक् sorry अभ्यासेप्य समर्थोऽसि मत्कर्म परमो भव मदर्थमपि कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिमवाप्स्यसि. Now third sadhana he is giving. If you are not able to do Saguna Nirakara Upasana, if you are not going to do Abhyasa Yoga, then what should you try? You should become Mat Karma Parama. So this would be next sadhana. Let's see Padacheda, then I will explain this shloka. Abhyase api asamartah asi chet mat karma paramah bhava. Then what will happen if I become mat karma? You are like a karma paramah. Then what will happen? Madartham api karmani kurvan tvam siddhim avapsyasi. You will get siddhis if you surrender yourself to me, or if you give up all karma for my sake. Give up in the sense, if you do a karma phalatyaga, that would be the correct translation. Okay. Now sandhis. There are some sandhis, we'll see that, then we'll move to Anvaya.
अभ्यासे ए अपि पूर्वरूप संधि
Purvarupa sandhi. When it happens, whenever word ends with A or O,
O and followed by small like a
short
small
correct, then Purvarupa happens. So Abhyasepi it will become, right? Api plus asamartah.
apya like yanadesh
Yanadesha sandhi, right? Okay, asamartah plus asi.
first visargasya lopa then guna sandhi
Visargasya lopa won't happen.
no visargasya ukara then guna sandhi and purvarupa
Correct. Okay, then matkarma paramaha bhava. It becomes paramo bhava. How?
visargasya ukara
Correct. Ukara plus gunadesh. Right?
gunadesh
Yeah. Then later part is simple. Madartham api karmani kurvan siddhim avapsyasi. Right? Okay. So Purva Rupa Sandhi, Yana Sandhi, etc. we have seen. Let's say Anvaya. Abhyase api asamartah asi tarihi matkarma paramaha bhava madartham api karmani kurvan siddhim avapsyasi. So let's see the padartha, it will be clear. If you have understood that first chart, seventh case is used for, or English meaning it would be in.
Loke. Yeah.
Correct, location. Now Bhagwan is telling Tvam, hey Arjuna, Tvam asamartah asi. If you are asamartha, if you are not capable, where? If you are not able, or if you are not capable, in where? Abhyasa.
अभ्यासयोगेन
Abhyasa yoge. If you are not able to do Abhyasa yoga, if you are not capable in Abhyasa yoga or Abhyasa, then what you shall do? Matkarma Paramaha. That should be Paramaha. Let me correct it. Paramaha Bhava. Bhava means you shall become. This is lot lakar. Bhava. Okay, bhava means you shall become. What you shall become? Mat karma paramaha. Mat means for my sake. Karma paramaha. So whatever karma you are doing, you are not doing for yourself, for your sake, but it is done for my sake. Bhagavan is telling, right? One who does karma for me, that person will be known as mat karma paramaha. So you shall become mat karma paramaha, Bhagavan is telling. If you do that like that, then what will happen? Madartham karmani kurvan. If you do karma for me, then while doing this kind of karma, you will get siddhim avapsyasi. You will get siddhi. Which kind of siddhi you will get? Right? This will be the another question. Whoever does karma yoga, there is a particular siddhi. There are various siddhis, but one who does karma yoga or one who does karma, he will get siddhi, that is chitta shuddhi. So karma yoga, chitta shuddhi will happen, right? Okay. In this shloka, again there are some. Again we are going to look at the Saptami Vibhakti. Saptami Vibhakti is used for adhikarana, adhara, right? So Rame, Ramayoho, in the similar manner, Abhyase. Huh? So I don't need to explain this one. Now again, Arjun might be thinking, Are Bhagavan, you know, I cannot do Saguna, no, Nirguna Upasana because I have to put lot of efforts. And even I am not able to do Saguna plus Saguna Nirakara form. I cannot worship Saguna Nirakara. Then Arjun, Bhagavan said, okay, don't worry, you do Abhyasa Yoga, control your mind and intellect and senses. Or then Arjuna might be thinking, Bhagavan, it still appears little difficult. Can you do something? I will do karma, etc. Bhagavan said, you do your karma, but do for my sake, not for yourself. Right? Okay, then Arjuna is telling, okay Bhagavan, that's fine, but tell me little bit simple, no, so I can do. So Bhagavan is going to give another shloka. Okay, so repeat after me. Who is repeating? Shankar ji. Okay. Athaitatapyashaktosi
अथैतप्यशक्तोऽसि
कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः.
कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः एवं कर्तुं योगमाश्रितः
अथवा कर्तुं मत् योगमाश्रितः. That way also.
कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः
सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं
सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं
ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्.
ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्.
Now I will. अथैतदप्यशक्तोऽसि मत् कर्तुं मद्योगमाश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्. Let's have a look. अथ एतदपि अशक्तः असि कर्तुं मद्योगम् आश्रितः सर्वकर्मफलत्यागं ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्. Right? This is Padacheda. Sandhis, those who are not speaking, I would like to hear from them. Please go ahead. This is your time, right? Whenever you are getting chance, you shall speak.
अथ एतत् अथै
अथ प्लस एतत् अथैतत् वृद्धि संधि करेक्ट देन अपि प्लस अशक्तः
अगेन यणादेश
यनादेश संधि अशक्तः प्लस असि
विसर्गस्य उकार
विसर्गस्य
then
उकार
पूर्वरूप.
देन गुणादेश देन पूर्वरूप
एतत्
करेक्ट
प्लस अपि एतत् अपि प्लस अपि
where is that हाँ एतत् प्लस अपि एतत् तकार changes into दकार जष्ट्व संधि right मत plus yogam it becomes mad yoga right mad yogam that is also jastva sandhi yat atmavan becomes yatatmavan yata means prayatna atmavan one who puts efforts right okay now these were some sandhis atha etad vriddhi sandhi api ashaktah
Mahoday?
yana
महोदय
vadatu
अहं व्याकरण
वदतु
नामानि न जानामि
जानाति अस्तु चेत् अभ्यासेन अभ्यासयोगेन आगमिष्यति पुनः पुनः अभ्यासं कुरु शनैः शनैः सर्वम् आगच्छति खलु सो डिड यू हैव एनी डाउट टू आस्क डू यू वांट टू आस्क
just
समथिंग
that I don't know the names
अच्छा
Sanskrit
नो
names.
प्रॉब्लम many of us don't know Sanskrit so it's fine right
no not
okay.
the names, the grammar names of the sandhi names I
अच्छा
don't
अच्छा
know.
sandhi names you know
जी.
okay you don't know fine I will whenever you see like whenever I am talking about jashtva sandhi so understand I will explain a rule so whenever sandhi happens happens between two padas right if first pad is ending with any consonant and if next pada starting with soft consonant do you know hard consonant and soft consonants
Yes.
if you know that then if it is followed by soft consonant that previous letter will change into third letter of similar group okay so mat plus yogam mat is first word ending with ta and next is ya which is soft consonant so whenever there is a soft consonant this previous letter is going to change into third letter of similar group like there was a takara ta will change into third letter ta da so that is called jashtva sandhi actually okay why this name is given so Panini Swami we have to ask him there are some Maheshwara sutras according to that whenever jash pratyahara comes ja ba ga da da these are third letter of each group if you want to know more we have separate classes on grammar okay you can follow that
Can you chant one more time that Maheshwar Sutra?
Maheshwar Sutra ai un ril rik e ong ai ouch hayavarat lan yamangananam jabai ghadadash jabagadash this is called jashtva jabagadash khapa chatata chatatau kapai shashasar hal these are Maheshwar Sutras okay this is not our topic let's move to this shloka
Mahoday, just you said that you have this classes for this pratyahar if you want to be sure with the sutrani and pratyahar any link or something which we can refer?
please contact me after the class we will discuss
Sure,
about that.
sure,
Yeah.
sure, Mahoday. Yeah.
Okay अन्वयः अथ यदि now what was a previous shloka Bhagavan said if you are not able to do if you are not able to control your mind and intellect that what was that previous shloka actually he said you have to put your intellect and mind into me if you are not able to do that then control your mind right then if you are not able to do or if you are not able to control your mind and intellect what you shall do you should do some karma and if he is now he is saying oh Bhagavan if I am not able to do karma also or if I do some karma how shall I do Bhagavan is telling अथ एतदपि कर्तुम अशक्तः असि if you are not able to do this kind of karma then what you shall do some karma and while doing karma you have to give up the desire of gaining fruit. So this is actually called karma yoga. Karma yoga means what? Doing karma but not having insist on phala. Whatever karma we do, we have desire, but we should not have insist desire to give or to gain phalam. Okay, that will be called as karma yoga. So here actually Bhagavan is telling karma yoga. This shloka we will have in next class again. Now our time is finished, so again we will see elaborately. Atha yadi etadapi, whatever I had spoken, that kartum means for performing, asamartha, not able, bhavasi, if you are not able to perform that kind of karma what I had described, then what shall you do? Tataha, then mat yogam. Mad yogam means what? Karma yogam. Ashritaha, you shall become karma yogi, you shall become yatatmavan, you shall put efforts, and while doing karma yoga you have to give up desire of gaining fruit. Sarva karma phalecha tyagam kuru, you shall give up that desire. That is the simple meaning of So now how many sadhanas we have seen? Now Bhagavan is not describing about nirguna brahma upasana. He is putting some thoughts on saguna upasana. First he put as buddhi and mana you shall put into me. That was first thought. If you are not able to do that, then control your mind and senses. That was second sadhana. And if you are not able to do that, then mat karma kuru, you do karmas for my sake. And if while doing that, how should you do? Sarva karma phalatyagam kurvan karma yogam kuru. So here this shloka we will see again. Here we will stop. If you have some question, you can ask after Purnamada. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.